frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Hi guys, Andy here again from Mad Lad Designs with another in the print and play series. And as you could probably guess from the intro, it is Star Trek the Dice Game. Okay, Star Trek the Dice Game, which I've got to admit is the most colourfulest print and play game I've printed out. It was created by Carl White. It plays in about between 45 minutes to 90 minutes, round about an hour. So it is quite a long game. It's not one of those quick little games that you usually get with print and play. It is based on another print and play game called Deep Space D6. Now I did a playthrough of that game and I also backed it on Kickstart because he created a Kickstart version of it. So when that comes, I'll be unboxing that and I'll be doing a playthrough of that. But this game, Star Trek the Dice Game, is based on that. It is a crew placement game. You are in control of the Starship Enterprise and you have to complete 5 missions. Okay, if you complete 5 missions, then you have won the game. If you fail 2 missions, then I'm afraid it's game over. You get everything you see here. You get a player board, which is 2 A4 sheets, which you then stick together, and I've sellotaped them together. You get a stack of event cards, which will happen as you are trying to go through your mission. And I'm going to have to shuffle these up if I'm going to show you these. You get development cards, and these are things you can purchase using your crew die to help you on your way. And of course you get the mission cards, and these are the cards you are going to work through. Once you've completed everything on here, that's a mission done and you've completed 1 mission. So of course I'm going to explain all these as we play the game. I'll turn it back over. You also get, if I can grab hold of them, 2 double-sided difficulty cards. So we have easy, medium, hard and Kobayashi Maru, which I've been told is almost impossible to play. I've only ever played it on easy, and of course I'll explain what all this is as we play the game. And that is what you get from your print files. You need to print all them out and then cut them all out. It takes a while because there's quite a lot of stacks of cards, but that is your print and play files. So what else do you need? Okay, well, you are going to need, I'll grab these here, 10 dice. These are going to be your crew members. You will also need a stack of tokens. Now, how many tokens you need depends on what cards in play. So I've just grabbed myself quite a few. And you'll see when I set the game up where all these tokens are going to go. So your print and play files, 10 D6s and a load of tokens. Now, me being me, I'm not using these die, although you can, because it explains everything here of what the various faces mean. I've actually gone and created my own icon die. All I've done is taken address labels, stuck them on blank 6-sided dies and then drew on them. So all these, you'll be rolling them and placing them in various places on the ship as well as on various cards. So that's what you need. Print and play a load of tokens and 10 D6s or 10 of your own dice. So I'm going to start setting things up and we'll play from there. Okay, so I have shuffled all the event cards, I have shuffled the development cards and placed 3 out. You always place 3 out. And I've also shuffled the mission cards as well. So all the cards are shuffled and ready to be done. My die are ready. I've chosen the easy. And we are now going to place some tokens out on the board. Let's just throw them there for now. Okay, so these clear glass ones, you need to have a token on the hull at number 7. You also need to have a token on the shields at 0. The shields start down. We also need, I'll just move that away, a token on the year tracker down here. We're in our first year, so it goes on the first year tracker. And we also need a token to go on our dilithium crystal reserve track here. Now this, starting off, is going to be different depending on what difficulty of the card of the missions you're going to be doing. Because I'm doing easy, you can see it says 10. So we're going to start on number 10 of the dilithium crystals. If we were on medium, we'd start 9. We just grab the others. 8 for hard and 7 for Kobayashi Maru. So as you can see, the harder it gets, the less dilithium crystals you have in order to complete missions. But you'll see how that works as we go. But we're going to play easy, number 10. And also you can see here, throughout the years, various things are going to happen. Because we're on easy, the first 3 years, nothing's going to happen. Nothing extra is going to happen as we're playing the game. But as we get into the 4th year, things are going to cost more, certain actions. So this goes here. And because we're playing easy, dilithium crystals number 10. And we are now set up to begin the game. Apart from these. These need to be taken out and placed to one side. And our dice go in our crew quarters ready to be rolled. Okay, so here, let's take a close look at this. This is our turn tracker. We're going to be following this. When we get to the end, that's the end of one turn. Okay, so we're going to start off here. Deplete crystal reserves. Now you only deplete crystal reserves if there is a mission in play. Now at the moment, if you see here, we do not have a mission card in play. It's not told us to get a mission yet. So because we don't have a mission card in play, we're not going to deplete any dilithium crystal reserves. However, moving down, you can see now it does say refresh mission. So we are going to have to take a mission card if there's not one there. Well, there's no mission card there, so we're going to have to refresh and grab a mission, which we'll turn over. Top secret diplomatic mission. You see we have an M event there, I'll show you that in a second. But we have to complete all of these in order to complete the mission. You can only complete one per turn. So it's going to take us at least 5 turns to work our way through this mission. So this mission is going to go here. Moving on down the turn tracker, you can see it says now activate M actions. What you would do now is look at any cards that are out, any event cards or any mission cards out, and if they have this M action, this M symbol, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to activate our M actions. We only have one, which is on this mission card, and it says draw an event. So we're going to go up here and I'm going to draw an event card off the top, and it says scanner malfunction. Place a token on one scanner station. This station is blocked. So now this is where my coloured cubes come in, because I'm going to put one of these coloured cubes onto this card, and it says place the token on one scanner, which is up here. So now we've blocked off one scanner. The scanners, when you're rolling your die and you roll that particular face, as you can see, it looks like a loudspeaker of some sort, you will straight away put that die on an empty scanner spot. Once all 4 of those scanner spots are filled, the die then go back to the quarters and you will immediately draw and do an event card. So you do not want those 4 scanner spots being filled up while you're playing, because you'll get more and more events. So in order to complete the event and get rid of that token on the scanners, when we roll our die, we need to place a die on these. So we need one of these, which is a science, and one of these, which is an engineering. You don't have to do it all in one go. You can do it over a number of turns, but in order to get rid of this, you need these 2 dice. Then you'll get rid of the event, and then you will take off the token on the scanners. So moving on down the turn tracker, we have roll call. That just basically means we're going to gather up all our crew member dice and we're going to roll them, see what we get. So that's what we have. We have some scanners there, I can see, security, engineering, medical, science and command. So let's place all these on the board. Okay, so we have right. This is exactly what I was talking about just a minute ago. All 4 scanner slots are filled. As soon as they are filled, including a locked off station with that token, then we're going to immediately draw an event card. Reroll science results once. So every time we roll any science results, we have to re-roll them. And in order to stop us doing that, we either pay command or 2 security. So that's going to go down there. So now I've placed them out, which is reporting for duty. So now we need to deploy them as to where those crew dice are going to go. Now there are numerous places these dice can go. There's quite a few things out already that we can use these dice on. So let's take a look at them bit by bit. We have development cards. We can place dice on these development cards. You don't have to place all the dice all in one go. You can place dice and leave them locked in. And then the next turn you can add more dice, next turn you can add more dice if you wanted to. So we have 3 developments that I can put my dice on, or we have 2 event cards that we can try and get rid of, otherwise the events will start stacking up. So we can use dice to try and get rid of them. We can try and use our dice to get through this mission. You can only do one thing at a time, so I could use 2 engineering and tick off that travel, because we need to do it before our dilithium crystals run out. And I think I'm going to use the 2 engineering to try and tackle this. Now I've just put a blank card over it to remind me of where I am. So I'm going to take 2 engineering, place it on there. So is there anything else I can do? Well, looking at our little chart here, I can use 1 science to raise or lower the shields. So I am going to use 1 science to raise the shields. And something I've forgotten to do is, when you have the 4 scanners and you draw the card, these scanners, go back to the quarters. Okay, so I have a command, a security and 2 medical, and I think I will use my command to be placed on this alien probe. So we have now 2 medical and a security, and I think I will put one of the security onto that card there, photon torpedoes. I think that is it for now. I'm not going to do anything with those medical, so yeah, that's all I'm going to do for now. So moving on down the turn tracker, return crew dice to quarters. So any unused dice immediately go to the quarters. Going down the tracker, discard completed missions. Well, we haven't completed a mission, but we've managed to do one of the tasks. Moving down, discard completed events. Well, we do have a completed event. And then moving down the tracker, claim completed developments. Well, we've started a development, but we haven't completed it. So that dice is going to stay there. We can't take that card because we haven't completed it. And then it is back to the top. Deplete crystal reserves. Well, we do have a mission in play, so we have to deplete our crystal. Refresh mission. Well, that means if we don't have a mission, we will bring one out, but we have one, so we can skip that. Activate M actions. On here it says draw an event. We are still in the M action phase, so we are going to take 1 damage. I'm glad I raised those shields because it comes off the shields first. So every time we're going to do this M action, we're going to take a damage unless we can get rid of it. So that goes there. So we have roll call. So that is what we have rolled, so let us put that out on the board. Right, so again we've got a number of things we can do. Try and grab some development cards that seem to lead a lot of engineering. We can try and tackle this second step in the mission, influence, but we need to command. Or we can try and tackle these events. So what can we do? Some of the crew, apart from being able to just go on the cards to complete things, you can also use them to do other things. For example, the security here, if I pay that, put in the quarters, then for every security I put in the quarters, I can get rid of one of these scanners, which I'm going to do because I do not want another event. Okay, what else can we do? I am going to use this command. One of the things this can do, as well as going on a card, is you can spend this to change any other die into any other face that you want. So I am going to spend this command to change a medical into a security, and it's going to go up here on this card. So we have a science, a medical and 2 engineering. Well, looking up here, we have a medical kit that we can get for 2 engineering. I think I'll use that 2 engineering on that development card. We have a science and a medical, and I think I will use the science here to put on this card here so I can unblock this scanner. Okay, so using this science to go on this card here. So we have a medical. What can we do with a medical? Well, again with the medical, as well as going on different cards, if you spend a medical, then any dice that are in sick bay you can move back to the quarters. But there's nothing else I can do with the medical. I can't put it on any cards. I've nothing in sick bay to move, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to leave that as it is. So they've reported for duty, they're deployed, and now we clean up. So return the crew to the quarters. That's what I'm going to do there. Discard completed missions. We haven't completed the mission, so we can't discard that. Discard completed events. Well, we've half completed an event, so we can't get rid of that. Claim completed developments. So this is going to stay with us until we use it. So that's with us now. And that's with us now. So once we use them, we discard them. What you do is then fill up with another 2 cards. And I think that is it for that turn. So we go back round and start at the top of the turn tracker. Okay, continuing on, we need to deplete energy reserves. So we're down from 9 now to 8. Refresh the mission. Well, we've already got one. Activate M actions. Well, we do have a few. We are going to take a damage, which comes off the shields. Also here we're going to draw another event. Roll a crew dice. Place a token on a corresponding crew station, and that station is locked. Okay, so I will roll a dice, and it is science, so we've locked off a science station, so I'll be using 2 yellow ones, and this one will go onto this. So now you can see where the coloured cubes come in. I know the orange, if I complete this one, it's going to be taken off the scanner, and I know if I complete this one, it will be taken off the science. So we need 1 command and 1 engineering. Right. So that is the M actions I think we've done. Roll call. Okay, let's place those where they should be. There's a scanner. A command. Another command. Engineering. Science. Another science. A security. And another command. Now, we're only allowed to have 2 commands. Unless we get a development card that allows us to get another command station, we're only ever allowed 2 commands. So anything over, for example this one, nowhere to go, it goes back in the crew quarters, and you cannot use that dice for anything. So what do we have? What can we do? Okay, I need 2 command, and I can get past this, the second part of our mission, and I think that is what we're going to do. Next, I'm going to use a, let me just grab this. I'm going to use an engineering to place on here, like so. And then what can I do? I am going to use a science to raise the shields. Now it doesn't matter how far down the shields are, 1 science will raise the shields completely to full. So we're at level 3 so far, so I'm going to use 1 science, completely raise the shields back up. That leaves me with 1 security and 1 science. I'm going to use the security to place on this, because I don't want to be taking damage constantly. And I have 1 science and now then, I'm looking at this, you see. I can add 2 science to 1 channel. No, sorry, security. Add 2 security to 1 challenge. Well, this is a challenge. He said dropping the die. Of course I do. That's 2 security. So I could possibly use this card to complete this challenge. No, I'm not. Yes, because I'm going to take another damage, aren't I? So yeah, I'm going to use this card to succeed in this challenge. So I'm just going to pop that sideways to say that that's done. That is going to go over here in a discard pile. So that die I've spent 5 minutes looking for on the floor was security, and which is going to go back. So I have a science and a security. Well, I'm going to use that security to free up 1 of the scanners. What else can I do? I have 1 science left, which can't really do anything. I could put it up here if I wanted to. But the more things I put out, the less dice I'm going to have to roll. So I'm going to leave it like that. So reported for duty, deployed, return crew dice to quarters, discard completed missions. Okay, we haven't completed a mission, but we're down to the next part, which says event, draw 1 card, and that will come up in the next turn. Discard completed events. Well, remember we used a card to discard this one, and we've also, let's see if I can, without dropping any die, we've completed this one. So these die are going to go back to the crew quarters. This comes off, which means this comes off. So hopefully I won't get event cards as quickly, and this is discarded. Claim completed developments. Well, we have no completed developments, so there's nothing there we can claim, and then it's back round for the next turn. Deplete the crystal reserves. While the mission is in play, we are still going to deplete those crystals. Refresh mission. Well, we can skip that. Activate M actions. Well, it says draw an event. Right, okay. We're still in the M phase. 2 hull damage. Notice how it says hull damage. This means it's going to go straight through our shields and we're going to take it on the hull. So we definitely want to get rid of this as quick as possible. Okay, from 7 hull down to 5. We need 2 engineering to get rid of it. Okay, so roll call. That's what we have. Let's place those out on the board. Engineering. Engineering. 2 scanners. 2 science. A command. And a medical. Okay, now we've done that, I'm going to have to draw a card. Now I'm not sure in which order I'm supposed to draw this card, whether I'm supposed to draw it before I roll all the dice or after I roll all the dice. I'm sure someone can leave a comment and tell me, but I am going to do it now to draw another event card. And I take 2 damage from a meteor strike. And because it doesn't say hull, this is going to go onto our shields. And then discard, at least that doesn't stay with us. So we've done all the deployment, apart from deploy, right. So I definitely want to put 2 engineering on this. I certainly don't want to be taking 2 hull damage each turn. Like so. I am going to, or shall I? I shall take those back actually. Put those 2 engineering back. So I did have 2 engineering on there, however I do have this 2 engineering to 1 challenge, so I'm going to use this card to place on this to get rid of them, like so. I'll put those there just to remind me. Then I am going to take 1 engineering and I am going to put it, I'll show you this card there, 1 engineering on here. I'm taking these 2 engineering and putting them on that card there. Then I'm going to take the 1 command and place it here. I am going to then use 1 I'm going to use 1 science to raise the shields. I have another science and a medical. I might add that science to that card there, the tricorder card. I have a medical which doesn't really do anything for me. There's nowhere I can put it. I don't need to heal any sick crew members. So that's it, I think. That is it for deployment. Onto the cleanup phase. So we return the crew dice to quarters. Discard completed missions. Well, we haven't completed a mission, but we did do that part of it, so we move down to the next one. Discard completed events. Well, we've completed this one, and also we've used that. We've also completed this one. So that cube comes off, which means this cube comes off, and then that is discarded. and then claim completed developments. Well, we have a completed development there, which allows us to add 2 crystals to the dilithium track, which is okay if we get very low. Keep that one. And that's another turn over with. So we'll continue on. Deplete the crystals. Yes, we will. Refresh mission. We still have one there. Activate M actions. So we're going to draw an event. And we're taking yet more damage. Dearie me. But that does go on the shields, thankfully. And that stays with us until we can get to security on there. So I'm going to do the deployment all in one go, which is, have I got all the right dice here? So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yeah. I've only got a few dice left. Oh, look what's going to happen. we have filled up the scanners. So then we have a science, a command, a security, an engineering, and a medical. Put that to one side, and of course the scanners are filled, so we're going to grab an event which says reroll med results once. Now I think that happens next time, or does it happen right now? I'm not sure. I'm going to say this will happen next time it comes round. So every time we are rolling our dice, we're going to re-roll any medical results that we get. So I'm saying that is going to happen next time round because we've already rolled. If not, if anyone knows otherwise, I'm doing this in the wrong order. Do I need to do this now or do I do this next turn? And I'm going to say next turn. So we now need to deploy. What are we going to do? I think I will get a science up here to finish this one off. I am going to use a security for this one. Okay, and I am also going to do something from this chart down here. So let's take a look at this chart down the side. Now as you can see, if you have 2 of a certain type, you can change them into one of another type. But you've got to have 2 of those particular type. You can't have one of them and one of them and change it into something else. It's got to be 2 of each. However, you can take any 3 dice and change it into a face that you want to do. Which is what I'm going to do here. I have an engineering. I have a command. In fact, I've got a command, I've just noticed that. I'm going to change that command. I'm not going to use all 3 dice. I'm going to change that command. Sorry, I'm going to spend that command to change this into a security. So I'm not going to use the 3 dice because I had a command. There's nothing I can do with the medical die. So that is it for deployment, I think. Yep. Return crew dice to quarters. Discard completed missions. Well, we haven't done that yet. We need a command 2 in order to get past that bit. Discard completed events. We've completed one here. And what I should have done was placed a card out as soon as you buy one, because I'm going to claim another one now. This one. So I can add 2 science to one challenge. All cards shuffle down to fill in any gaps to the left, and a new card comes out. And that is it for that turn. So we'll move on. Deplete the crystals. Yes, we do. We do not refresh the mission, but we do activate actions, which means we are going to draw an event, which then 1 active crew dice to sick bay. We have no active crew dice at the moment because they are all in quarantine. So what happens here? Do I take one of these dice and put them in the sick bay? Because as far as I'm aware, no dice are active until you actually roll and deploy them. But I don't know. So I am going to say that even the ones in the quarters for this are going to be considered active, and I'm going to move one to sick bay. Like so. So I need then, every time we're going to be moving one to sick bay. So yeah, we need 2 command or 2 security in order to complete this. Right, I think that's how it is. Move one. Yep, that's how I'm going to play it. If it's different, I'll be putting text up telling you how I played it wrongly. I hope not. But there you go, that is an event. So now we're going to do the roll call and everything else that goes with it, but we don't use the one in sick bay. Okay, so that is what we have, and I think I'm going to use 2 security for this one. I'm going to use the last security to remove one of the scanners. I will then I will use a command to change this into a medical, and then spend this medical to retrieve my crew from the sick bay. And then I'm going to use this engineering to repair 1 hull. So as well as being put on the cards like the other ones are, this can be used to repair 1 hull. Unlike the science, where 1 science will completely raise the shields no matter what they are, an engineering only repairs 1 hull. So that's it, we have no more dice to place out. Return crew dice to quarters. Well, they're already in quarters. Discard completed missions. Well, we didn't do anything with that mission there. Discard completed events. Well, we have completed this alien attacker. Claim completed developments. We haven't completed any developments, so it's back round. And we're going to deplete the crystal reserves. skip the refresh mission, but we are going to draw an event. Move 1 active crew dice to sickbay. Okay, again, active dice. I'm just going to assume that it's even the ones in the quarters. So one of these are going to be moved to sickbay. And then we discard. And now it's up to roll call again. Okay, I'll put these out. So what am I going to do? I am going to place a com on there. I need 2 of them. And I am going to 2 security for 2 scanners. I think I will use what I mentioned earlier down here, where you take 3 dice and turn them into 1. And the way you do that is, so you can take any 3 dice and turn them into a particular face, and I am going to turn them into command. And what you do is you turn them all into the command and you stack them. So all these 3 dice become 1, and then they are I'd say locked together as 1. So that now becomes 1 dice. And then I'm going to place that, in fact I'll do it this way, on here. Okay, and that's how that works. Now if, for example, I only had that, so I was only part way done, and then I went to clear everything up, those 3 dice stay as 1 on there. So when you're changing dice like this, you're going to be using 2 dice to change into 1, but those 2 dice will stay as 1. I've done it here with 3 to 1, so I'm changing any 3 die to 1, but all 3 dice stay locked as 1 dice. So I would not put 2 of them back into the quarters, because all 3 would have to stay together. So I have roll call, I've done report for duty, and I've done deploy. Return crew dice to quarters. Well, there's nothing to return to quarters because we've used them all. Discard completed mission. Well, we have, so all these as 1 get returned. That gets returned. So we're down to our last thing. Discard completed events. We have 1 event which we haven't even started on yet. And claim developments. Don't have any developments to claim, so we can leave that. Back round again. Deplete crystals. Down to 3 dilithium crystal reserves. Refresh mission, we can skip. Of course, we have to activate the M action to draw an event. Klingon battle cruiser. Oh, we are going to take 2 damage. That comes off the shields. We need 3 security in order to get rid of this. Okay, so on to deployment. I don't know why I throw them in there first. Okay, let's see what we have. Right, okay, let's go with the scanners first. Because we've got 4 scanners, we are going to have this. Reroll med results once. Oh, I forgot all about that. I should have been re-rolling these med results. That That's something you need to remember when you've got many event cards out. You need to remember all of them. And it looks like I need to re-roll them and then re-roll them again. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Re-roll them and then re-roll them again. Actually, right, so how does that work then? So I've re-rolled them. I didn't get any med results, so I'm guessing I don't need to re-roll them again unless I got med results. Re-rolled them once, didn't get no med results, so I don't need to re-roll them again. I think that's how it works. As you can see, it gets quite complicated as the game goes on, which means then that is going there, and then that is on there. I think that's right, but next up with our development here, it says draw one card. Roll com results once. So I'm going to re-roll these com results. And my battery's running out on the camera, so I'm going to try and be quick. We have a security. And a science. I'm going to stop the camera here. Because it's running out of battery. I'll recharge it and come back. Okay, camera is now fully charged, sorry about that. And looking over what we have 3 security, which means I might be able to get rid of this Klingon battlecruiser. So I'm going to use my 3 security. Then I am also going to, should I raise the shields with my science, or should I start getting rid of these? I'm going to start, what can I do? Alright, okay, I think I'll use my science to raise the shields. That's it. There's no other dice I can deploy. So we move up to the cleanup phase. Return crew dice to quarters. Well, all the dice are in the quarters. Discard completed missions. I've completed a mission. Fantastic. So that is 1 out of 7 missions. Sorry, 7. 1 out of 5 missions. If I complete 5 missions, then I've completed the game. If I fail 2 missions, then it's game over. So this is going to go in my successful missions pile. I'll put here. So still going down the chart. Discard completed events. Klingon battlecruiser. And claim completed developments. I don't have any completed developments. Okay, so then you just go round again. Deplete crystal reserves. I don't have a mission card. So you do not deplete your crystal reserves if you don't have a mission card. Okay, so we can skip that one. Refresh mission. Normally we'd skip that quite a bit because we normally have a mission card there, but as we don't, this is going to be our mission, second mission. Protect outpost from attack. So each round until we complete it, we're going to take 2 damage. Oh, okay, so that will go there. Every time you get a new mission, a couple of things happen. The year tracker goes down 1, so I'm now on year 2. And you completely refresh your dilithium crystals. And then you will just carry on down the chart. Again, any activated M things will happen. Thankfully this time I don't draw an event card every turn, because nothing says draw an event card, but I'm going to take 2 damage. So that is generally how you play Star Trek the dice game, until you get 5 missions or you fail 2 missions. So I hope you like it, guys. If you want, I can carry on playing. It will be quite long, because you saw how long one mission was. If you want me to continue until either I get 5 missions or fail 2 missions, it's up to you. But just be aware that it will be many videos as I work my way through these missions. But that is Star Trek the Dice Game by Carl White. Hope you enjoyed it, and until next time I will catch you guys later.